Hey everyone, in this video, I'll be going over how to request a Zillow review and then how to go to the First Realty marketing department to be able to get that graphic so that you can post on social media. So the first step is to log into your Zillow account so that we can request the review. Once you logged into Premier Agent, then hit the button for your profile to bring up the main page. Under the section that says Manage Your Profile, you'll have the space to request a review. Now, some of you might know that your clients can go to your page and automatically write you a review, and I'm sure a lot of you have already had that happen. But this is for if you've had a transaction that's closed, or if you have a client that you showed properties to that you want to request a review because they haven't done so yet. Going over to Request a Review, there's a few different ways to do this, and I'll give you, my opinions after I show you both ways. So the first way is to request the review specifically from Zillow. So doing it by this way allows you to blast out as many as you'd like at once. All you have to do is write your client's email address and separate it by a comma. And this section is where you would fill that out. And then you can alter the message, but it'll say as the stock, hello, please take a moment to review me on Zillow. And then when you're ready, you have to indicate that these people were past clients, and then you can send a request. A common misconception is that you've had to have closed on a property in order to request a Zillow review. That's simply not true. Even a client that you've simply showed a property to or given real estate advice to, you can request a review from. So just keep that in mind. Maybe you want to be a little bit more, requesting for reviews themselves so that you can build up your profile. So that's one way to request a review. The second way is to send a direct link. So underneath the send request button, you'll have the direct link button. Once you click that, a link will pop up for your client to be able to click and bring you to the page where you can actually request a review. So you would do this by copying the link and then sending it in an email. I personally recommend out of the two methods that although it will take more time to send the link to your clients individually, unless you have a CRM that can blast out this message, to use the direct link and send it from you personally rather than Zillow. If your client sees an email come through Zillow, they're going to say, they might ignore it. They might say, okay, this is a Zillow thing, like it has nothing to do with me. Even though it'll say, Jason Rivera is requesting a review, you still would want to send your client the review link request through your own personal email. I know Carl's has said this before and given advice on how to request this, but it's always a good idea to say, if you're going to send a request link for a Zillow review, you could say in the subject line, Jason Rivera needs your help. And then within the body of the email itself, say, hey, you're a valued client. And I'd really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to write me a review. This helps me in my career, and it is crucial for me to be able to build my business. And if that email comes directly from you, I can speak from personal experience that once I started doing it this way, the response rate and the reviews that I've gotten have definitely increased. So once you end up getting the reviews that you'd like, you can simply go to your profile to be able to see the reviews that you end up having, selecting a review by selecting the page itself, copying the text, or linking the reviews to the email, and then going to firstrealtymarketing.com. And then you can go and scroll down to where we have agent reviews, and we're constantly making more graphics. So at the time that this video was made, we have 3. I imagine that we're going to be adding more to the future. But going to your email and emailing the marketing department, marketing at First Realty NJ, also CCing Victoria Pignataro on the email as well, will ensure that you get a fast response. And then telling them exactly which review that you'd want. So make sure that you provide them with the review that you want, as well as the type of review, like the agent review 1, 2, or 3 in this case, that you would like to select, and then emailing it to them. And then, within 48 to 72 hours, the marketing department should have this review back to you. So that's how you go about requesting Zillow reviews. If anybody has any questions at all, feel free to reach out.